We've seen star-studded rosters before, but when Japan dropped their first 8 names for the WBC pitching staff, the media abroad didn't just analyze, they panicked. We're talking about a lineup featuring 3 MLB behemoths and 5 elite NPB specialists, a combination that screams both immediate destruction and surgical depth.
But here's the question that truly defines the global baseball hierarchy. If this initial list, designed purely to intimidate, is only the tip of the iceberg, what devastating, game-changing secret is Japan still hiding from the world? And how is that calculated ambiguity already winning the psychological war? Welcome back to 609 True News, where we dive deep beyond the headlines and scrutinize the strategic warfare inherent in competitive baseball.
If you think this early pitcher announcement was accidental, you haven't been paying attention to the playbook of the Samurai Japan, a playbook written in cold, ruthless efficiency. The moment the announcement hit, you could hear the global intake of breath. The immediate reaction from places like Taiwan, where the local media felt compelled to publish immediate, detailed analysis, was pure awe mixed with dread.
They called the combination of Shohei Ohtani, Yusei Kikuchi, and Yuki Matsui an ace-level threat designed to inflict extreme pressure. That assessment, however, is merely scratching the surface of what the Japanese brain trust has truly achieved. Forget the obvious firepower for a moment. The true genius lies in the construction of the non-MLB core.
When we look closer at the NPB specialists, the likes of Hirotsumi Ito, Atsuki Taneichi, Kaima Taira, and Taiju Ishii, we see a highly specialized modern bullpen architecture designed not for a marathon season, but for the short, sharp shock of the WBC tournament format. As one Taiwanese baseball analyst, who we'll call Mr. Chen, noted in his private commentary, they didn't just send pitchers, they sent psychological warfare. Seeing Ohtani's name next to Kikuchi's, a 100-mile-per-hour lefty who has adapted perfectly to MLB pressure before we even knew the full roster, confirms they view this tournament as a statement, not just a competition. But the critical insight, the one that makes opposing managers lose sleep, is the bullpen. The Taiwanese article correctly emphasized the proven calmness of the Yomiuri Giants closer, Taisei, in high-leverage situations.
Yet, they almost undersell the operational flexibility provided by Hanshin's Atsuki Taneichi. Taneichi isn't just relief, he's the operational stabilizer. Last season, he quietly proved he could chew through 20 batters in a single week without any noticeable dip in his 98-mile-per-hour velocity, a testament to NPB conditioning and pitch efficiency. This level of depth is statistically unheard of in the modern game. The 2022 collective Japanese bullpen posted an ERA of 1.85 in critical high-leverage situations, significantly outpacing rival bullpens. This phenomenal depth immediately brings us to the inevitable counterargument, often lobbied by Western media, who look strictly through the lens of traditional starting pitching. Sure, the bullpen is great, but they lack traditional, reliable starters to go 5 or 6 deep. The transcript itself reflects the skepticism. There are just not enough starting pitchers. This mindset, however, is fundamentally obsolete in the modern WBC. This is the strategic deception Japan is banking on. The tournament mandates strict pitch count limits, rendering the traditional 5-inning starter almost irrelevant. You don't need endurance, you need maximum destructive force per pitch. As a renowned Japanese baseball insider, Kato-san, recently confided, everyone focuses on the MLB aces, but the genius is in the middle relief and the bulk arms. Taira and Ito are being groomed not as starters who tire in the 5th, but as elite, hyper-focused 3-inning weapons. Their job is not to go deep, their job is to strike out 6 of 9 batters they face and hand the ball to the next specialist with 0 inherited runners. Japan is running a pitching clinic based on specialized roles, where every arm is used exactly within its optimum performance window.
They are creating a pitching staff that functions like an assembly line of destruction, making them immune to the fatigue and pressure that decimates less deep rosters. This brings us to the climax, the true strategic punch that explains the continued bewilderment of rival media, the players Japan intentionally left off this initial list.
While this announcement of 8 pitchers was a strategic flex, a powerful handshake designed to intimidate, it was also a careful exercise in misdirection. They announced enough to force opponents like Taiwan to spend countless hours adjusting their lineup strategies, but they held back the one name that would force a total strategic recalculation. The real psychological blow wasn't who was on the list, but who was conspicuously absent.
The omission of a generational elite NPB starter, a pitcher who might command a $200 million contract tomorrow, was a deliberate choice. It ensures that opposing teams cannot finalize their offensive planning. Is this missing ace going to start? Is he being saved as a long relief trump card? By holding this card close to their chest, Japan has introduced an element of chaos and uncertainty that fundamentally undermines every scouting report their rivals are currently writing.
This isn't just a roster, it's an unreadable scroll of potential destruction. Japan is not merely competing, they are managing the information landscape, winning the tournament before the first pitch is even thrown. This calculated ambiguity is the ultimate power play, proving that Samurai Japan understands the global game better than anyone.
They used a preliminary announcement to establish dominance, confirm their depth, and hold back the ultimate weapon, ensuring that when the full roster drops, the global baseball world will not just be confused, it will be paralyzed. What is your take on Japan's strategic use of roster announcements? And which specific pitcher, who hasn't been named yet, do you think is the ultimate trump card they are hiding?
Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to 609 True News for more elite analysis of the sports world's deepest strategic battles.